Hello and welcome back to the Listening to Your Gut podcast. We are again on the couch today with two of my dogs. My third dog, Riker, is outside hunting down what I believe is potential shrews, which are like little mice that might be living underneath our fence, hibernating for the winter. Yeah, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna sit here on the couch because I can be with my pups and it works. So we might be doing more episodes from the couch this year, and that's okay with me. But just like last week, I really want to bring you another relevant, timely episode. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of talk about these vibration boards on social media, especially TikTok. There's a lot of different companies that are selling these vibration boards that are touting they help with lymphatic drainage. And so we are going to cover that topic today. I have done some extensive research and we're really going to dive into this topic and not only cover vibration boards or vibration plates, but also look at lymphatic onesies and lymphatic massages. And then in addition to that, we will dive into some other options besides those things that you can look at too. I want to, like always, go over, really the scope of where this episode is going and really just give you kind of the outline, so to speak. So let's start with that, shall we? I think we shall. So, first things first, I'm going to be sharing with you what the lymphatic system is and its importance. Okay. So, we'll cover things like, what is the lymphatic system? Of course, the organs involved, the function of it, and really how it works. Then we'll dive into conditions and disorders that affect the lymphatic system. We'll also talk about tests that you can do to check the lymphatic system to see, how effective it is in your body. Then additionally, we will talk about what do these things that are, hot on the market, like vibration plates, what they do, are they effective? We'll also dive into these lymphatic onesies. If you haven't heard about those, that's something that I have been looking into too, as well as I think what's more common is lymphatic drainage massages. So we'll talk about that as well. How effective are all these things? And then, you know me, I also want to talk to you about other ways, whether they be less costly or just completely free ways that you can support your lymphatic system. And then finally, I want to touch on, if you feel like your lymphatic system is out of whack, kind of the next steps for where to go from there. So, let's dive into it. This is going to be a loaded episode, but I'm here for it and I hope you are too. So, here we go. Okay. All right. So, first things first, like I said, what is the lymphatic system? Okay. The lymphatic system, according to the Cleveland Clinic, is a network of organ vessels and tissues that work together to move a colorless, watery fluid, which is your lymph, back into the circulatory system, your bloodstream. Okay. The organs that are involved in this process would include the bone marrow, your spleen, the thymus, lymph nodes, tonsils, and your appendix. Okay. It has several functions. So your lymphatic system has several functions, one of which is to collect excess fluid from your body's tissues and return it to your bloodstream. It also helps you to absorb fats, and it also helps you to protect your body against invaders. Okay. Now you might be wondering, well, how exactly does the lymphatic system work? That's where we're headed next. So, the lymphatic system is actually part of the immune system and it keeps the body fluid levels in balance and defends the body against infections. So, lymphatic vessels, tissues, organs, and glands work together to drain a watery fluid, like I said, which is your lymph, from throughout the body. Okay. Typically, the lymphatic system collects your lymph and returns it to your heart via a network of vessels and nodes. When something disrupts that process, however, lymph collects in your arms, legs, ankles, and other parts of your body, making them swell. So if you've ever experienced, like, say, sitting on a plane and your ankles swell, hello, that's me. That is your lymphatic system not being able to properly circulate. Okay. Now, some conditions and disorders that affect the lymphatic system include swollen lymph nodes. Okay. And this can come from infection, inflammation, and cancer. Um, and some of the infections that can cause this would include things like strep throat, mono, HIV, and infected skin wounds. Another condition that affects the lymphatic system would be swelling or accumulation of fluid. This is blockage in the lymphatic system due to scar tissue from damaged lymph vessels or nodes. I mean, this can actually cause lymphedema, and lymphedema is the swelling that happens when something affects your lymphatic system. Um, just like I mentioned earlier, lymphedema can affect your arms and legs, but it can also affect other areas of your body. And that lymphedema, like I said, causes that swelling where you might see swelling in the ankles, arms, and other parts of the legs. In addition, cancer of the lymphatic system is when lymphocytes grow and multiply uncontrollably. This can be either Hodgkin's lymphoma or non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, if you've heard of those cancers. And then cancerous tumors can also block the lymphatic ducts or be near lymph nodes and interfere with the flow of lymph through the nodes. Okay. Disorders that can be connected. There are so many, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but one in particular is lymphangitis, and that is inflammation of your lymph vessels, as well as autoimmune lymphoproliferative syndrome. This is a rare genetic disorder in which there is a high number of lymphocytes in your lymph nodes, liver, and spleen. Okay. Now, I always like to cover, like, okay, well, what are some next steps, right? So if you're like, I feel like maybe my lymphatic system is not working properly or not working optimally, maybe I should get it checked out. I would contact your PCP and have that discussion with them and request either an MRI or a CT scan. Now, the difference between the two would be that an MRI diagnoses soft tissue injuries, such as a ligament tear, muscle strains, and brain tumors. A CT scan is going to detect bone fractures, internal bleeding, and organ damage. Now, depending on how you're feeling, your symptoms, and just a myriad of other factors, your PCP will determine which scan is going to be best for you. Okay. But an MRI or a CT scan is going to be one of the options that they could provide for you to look into your lymphatic system and see, how it is functioning, whether it is optimal or not in your body. All right, so this is the juice of the episode, right? In that you probably tuned into this episode because you're like, oh, I've been on TikTok and I've been seeing these vibration plates. Let's dive into it, right? Let's get into it. So we are gonna cover three main methods, if you will, to potentially supporting your lymphatic system. So the first one is going to be lymphatic drainage massages. Then we'll get into vibration plates, and then we'll get into lymphatic onesies. Okay. So lymphatic drainage massages are a gentle form of massage that help to relieve inflammation related to lymphedema. Okay, which is that swelling of your legs or arms typically, okay, because your lymph is not moving effectively in your body. Conditions that can be treated with this massage would include things like chronic venous insufficiency, and this happens when your leg veins become damaged because they can't work as they should. Normally, valves in your legs, in your leg veins, keep blood flowing back up to your heart, but CVI damages those valves, causing your blood to pool in your legs, and this can increase pressure in your legs, in your leg veins, and cause symptoms like swelling and even ulcers. Okay. Another condition that is supported by lymphatic massages would be fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia can cause pain in your muscles and joints through your body. It can also make you feel fatigued and cause mental symptoms like memory problems. Injury can also be one of those such instances where lymphatic drainage massages can be supportive. Lymphedema, or excuse me, lipedema, excuse me, lipedema is an abnormal fat buildup, hence lipids, which are fats, on both sides of your lower body, usually in your legs, but it can also be in your arms, and it can cause pain and make daily activities difficult. So lipedema can also be a condition that lymphatic drainage massages can support. Okay. And then also rheumatoid arthritis, which is an arthritic condition where your immune system attacks tissue lining the joints of both sides of your body. Okay. Now, there are multiple studies out there that show that lymphatic drainage massages are effective and supportive. So definitely, if you suffer from any of the conditions above, or you feel like your lymphatic system is just not working properly, this could be a great option for you to consider. Okay. Next is going to be vibration plates. Now, vibration plates have been found to improve circulation and therefore lymphatic drainage, says Rochelle Reed, who has a PhD in exercise science in Athens, Georgia. When you activate muscles, you're going to naturally have more blood flow, she says, and so by design, a vibration plates gets your blood moving. We also have a quote from Winnie Yu, who is a physical trainer at Bespoke Treatments. And she says this blood flow is going to be stimulated to get blood quite literally to the muscles that are activating, which can help improve circulation in that sense. And your lymphatic system goes hand in hand with your circulatory system. So just as a vibration plate can help your circulation, it can aid lymphatic drainage as well. Okay. And then the next piece to this is going to be lymphatic onesies. Okay, these claim to reduce bloating, improve recovery, and increase circulation by wearing them. The specific one that I'm going to highlight here is the Heat Healer Activated Lymphatic Onesie. It retails for $200. And this particular study was conducted after a researcher wore the suit for 30 days. And so she actually identified some pros and cons. And then I'll give you just some other things that were shared in this particular study. So after wearing this, not all day, every day, but at least for a portion of the day for 30 days straight, in this study, the researcher found that the lymphatic onesies help stimulate lymphatic flow with consistent wear. It may also promote recovery and circulation. It's convenient and it's easy to style. The cons were that it was not effective as manual lymphatic massages that are completed by a professional. It requires consistency. benefits are going to likely depend on regular use, which may not suit everyone's routine. And compression wear can be tricky to size correctly for all body types. This particular suit, they recommended that you go down a size from your typical sizing, and it was like a small to XXL type situation. So if you were typically a medium, they would say go to a small, because they want it to be compression, they want it to compress you. But not everybody is comfortable wearing things like that. So, it really is dependent upon how you feel in those types of clothings. But overall, the researcher said that it helped with bloating, a recovery from hangovers, and easing post-workout fatigue. And then a lymphatic massage specialist said that the lymphatic onesies can be helpful after workouts to support recovery, reduce muscle soreness, and minimize swelling. And then additionally, this massage specialist shared that while she sees it as a complementary tool, it is definitely not a replacement for professional care. Okay, so take that information how you will and use it to, the best of your ability in terms of what you choose to do, whether you choose to investigate and maybe try out one of these tools or not. Choice is yours. Now, I do want to talk about some additional ways to support your lymphatic system. So, trying to avoid exposure to toxic chemicals, things like pesticides and cleaning products, is going to be helpful. I know in this world that we live in this day and age, it is very hard to be, um, to live without those things being in your daily sphere, and it's hard to not come in contact with those things. But if there are ways for you to say, change out your cleaning products, things like that, I highly suggest that you do that, because that is going to help your body to naturally detox faster, because you'll have less toxins coming in contact with your body on a daily basis. Additionally, drinking plenty of water to stay hydrated so that your lymph can easily move throughout your body. Also, keeping a healthy lifestyle that includes regular exercise and a nutritious diet. Dry brushing can be helpful. Gua sha tools are also helpful to push and gently massage your body, especially your face, so that you can help move that lymph throughout your body. And even foam rollers can be super helpful. Now, you definitely need to contact your PCP, your primary care physician, if you feel like you have had chronic fatigue. This may be a sign of larger, bigger issues at play. If you have swollen lymph nodes, this could be strep, or it could be a more serious condition like HIV or cancer. So you just want to, cover all your bases and make sure you get into your doctor if you're feeling like things are just not right. Or you have unexplained swelling that lasts more than a few weeks or interferes with your daily activities. And then just real quick, I want to circle back around to the vibration plate here for just a moment. There was a medicine and science in sports and exercise study done in 2021 that found that just 3 minutes of the use of a vibration plate was found to significantly enhance blood flow to the muscles. However, um, the study found that just plain old exercise was also found to do the exact same thing. So, do you really need a vibration plate? No. If you move your body, it's going to change your mind, but it's also going to help move that lymph throughout your body. So, just wanted to share that as a little nugget of information as well. But as always, if this episode was interesting to you, if it was supportive and helpful, please let me know. Send me a text message in the show notes. If there are other topics that you would love for me to cover, let me know. I would love to do them. There are a lot of things that are on my mind lately that I want to cover on the podcast, a lot of hot topics, if you will, in the health and wellness world. So stay tuned. They are a coming. And I'm just excited. I just have this renewed sense of excitement for the podcast that it's just really cool because a lot of you are reaching out saying that you are loving these most recent episodes. I'm loving them, and my sole mission here is to educate the masses, so that we can hopefully learn how to better ourselves, our holistic beings, and then in turn support and help our friends and family too with this knowledge that we are gaining and gathering together. So I hope you have a fantastic week, and until next time, I will chat with you soon. Take care.